Friends, you've probably heard stories about Egypt's strange mummies, or maybe you've even watched movies about them. But do you know about the mysterious mummy of Tutankhamun? This is no ordinary mummy. It's said to have taken the lives of several people and to carry a deadly curse that no one has ever escaped. Even after so many advances in science, this mummy still confuses researchers. Why does Tutankhamun's mummy remain one of the biggest mysteries on Earth? And how has it supposedly killed so many people? Let's find out, so make sure to watch till the end. It all started in November 1922, a historic month for world archaeology. That's when British archaeologist Howard Carter discovered the tomb of Egypt's youngest pharaoh, Tutankhamun. The moment news of the discovery broke, it spread like wildfire across the world. The media went crazy, and Howard Carter instantly became a legend in archaeology. But like every coin has two sides, this discovery did too. Yes, it was a massive breakthrough, but Carter made one mistake that would lead to some truly dark consequences. See, people believed that anyone who disturbed Tutankhamun's eternal rest would face death. At first, Carter and his team laughed it off. They thought it was just a bunch of superstitious nonsense. But soon things got weird. Just 5 days after the tomb was opened, the man who helped Carter break the tomb's lock suddenly died. It wasn't a normal death. He got a high fever, couldn't breathe properly, and died in pain within 3 days. People brushed it off as coincidence until the next shock hit. Lord Carnarvon, the man who funded the whole mission, suddenly screamed and collapsed in his hotel room in Cairo while turning off the lights. He died instantly. Here's the creepy part. At that very same moment, all the lights in his house in England mysteriously went out. His body had no visible injuries, but there was a strange mark on his face, as if something venomous had bitten him. But there were no insects in the room. Even then, Carter dismissed it all as fake, just media hype. But within the next 9 months, 7 more members of his team died mysteriously. One had a heart attack, another died in his sleep, a scientist went insane, and a photographer got a bizarre infection that doctors couldn't even identify. Carter was still alive, healthy and confident in front of the press, saying, "These are just stories. There's no such thing as a curse." But the truth was, everyone around him was dying one by one. When Lord Carnarvon died, the Times newspaper printed the headline, "The curse strikes, Lord Carnarvon dead." That one line made history. Soon, newspapers everywhere began reporting about the pharaoh's curse. Some people were terrified, others were obsessed. Now, anytime someone from Carter's team got sick, died or lost their mind, the media linked it straight to the curse. One man got kicked by a horse. Headline, "Pharaoh kills again." Another died from a dog bite infection. Headline, "Tutankhamun claims another life." And then came the most shocking case. A man in another country suddenly started bleeding from his nose and ears and died soon after. It happened at the exact same time his name was mentioned inside Tutankhamun's tomb. That's when people started saying that the pharaoh's spirit could even affect someone from far away just by hearing their name. Between 1922 and 1925, 13 out of 22 members of Carter's team died under suspicious or unexplained circumstances. Public fear grew so much that people demanded the Egyptian government seal the tomb forever, saying that it wasn't just a grave, it was a kingdom of preserved souls that humans were never meant to disturb. But the strangest part, Howard Carter himself stayed perfectly fine, alive and healthy. So everyone started asking, if the curse is real, then why didn't Carter die? Years later, scientists looked at the whole case again, this time scientifically. They found evidence that maybe the curse wasn't supernatural at all. It might have been medical. Inside the ancient tombs, they discovered traces of toxic mold and bacteria, organisms that don't exist in the open air. When inhaled, they can cause deadly infections, internal bleeding, and lung damage. Basically, they rot you from the inside. Old medical records showed that many team members died of fever, breathing problems, or internal bleeding, the same symptoms caused by such toxins. Modern researchers even found traces of poisonous fungi on ancient Egyptian artifacts, proving that exposure could have been fatal. And here's another twist. Howard Carter always wore a mask and gloves while working inside the tomb. His team didn't, so the ones without protection were the ones who died. Still, the debate isn't over. Some incidents remain unexplained, like all the lights in Carnarvon's house going out the exact moment he died, or the strange markings that appeared on the victims' faces, matching ancient Egyptian symbols. Some scientists say it was all just infection and coincidence. Others believe the Egyptians really did set up mystical protection systems in their tombs, systems even today's technology can't fully decode. So, dear friends, if you think the world only has a few mysteries that defy logic, remember, this was just one of them. If you'd like us to bring you more real, research-based stories, whether about ancient Egypt's secrets, dangerous places, forbidden experiments, or hidden truths governments still keep buried, just drop one word in the comments. Your one word tells us how deep and intense to make the next video. And if you've watched this far, that means you're not someone who quits halfway. You're one of the few who truly want to know the truth. So, please subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon, because YouTube doesn't always push these kinds of research videos unless you make it happen. In our upcoming videos, we'll open not just your mind, but the hidden windows through which you will see the world as it truly is. And don't forget to comment, because your one sentence might lead us straight to our next big investigation. So, dear friends, this was our video for today. What do you think? Tell us in the comment section. Until then, take good care of yourself. Goodbye.